What's up? What's up? What's up, folks? What's going on? Welcome to the welcome to the FTQ80 Tuesday Fireside Chat. Man, I tell you what, every week I just struggle with that, but it's so good because we're live and we see everybody in the house. I am RAMjetta. I am your host. We'll be together for the next hour, and we'll be going over many things. I'll get into a minute exactly what we'll be doing tonight, but I'm excited because we have a special guest. Mr. Will Hernandez of Shogun Customs is in the house. He's in the green room. He's ready. We've been talking a little bit for the last few minutes. Man, I'm just excited for him to be able to share his knowledge and some of the things that he's been up to, some of the plans he has. And also, if you guys got any questions, please put them in the chat. Put 4 question marks before your questions so we can put them in the queue. So when we get around to asking Will some questions, we can go ahead and go straight to those. So without further ado, right now, the announcements tonight, guys, we have upcoming events. Some of the upcoming events we have, give me a second, let me get to those. The upcoming events tonight, we got the Eastern North Carolina indoor shooting range action pistol event. That's going on next Thursday, the 11th. It's not this Thursday. They had it last Thursday. Man, and we had one of our members, he went down there with his son, I think son-in-law, I think it was. We have some of the pictures. If you need to see some of those pictures, guys, we have them over at the forum. It's FTQ80.info forum, guys. Over there, you can go see all of the pictures from the event, and you can share your events with us also over there. But also tonight, we got key training for fast acquisition. So we'll be talking a little bit about that. Also, what mods have you done to your P80 and what's your favorite mod? Thanks to Hawkeye for, he didn't come up with that long title like I did, but he said mods. We want to talk about mods. We want to talk about bring the mods. So we're going to talk about mods tonight, and we have none other than the man Will Hernandez in here that does a lot of different mods with frames. His work is impeccable. As you can see, his website, shoguncustoms.com. Go show him some love. Go see what he has. If you're just joining us, if this is your first time on the show, or if you're watching on replay, do me favors, hit us in the comments, let us know where you're calling from. Hit that thumbs up. If you see value, by the time you finish watching this, if you see value, hit the thumbs up. Consider subscribing, all of that good stuff, everything that everybody talks about. So but let's see. The other upcoming event we have is the SIG Freedom Days in October, but you can register now, guys. Go register now because Friday is almost full up, and Saturday, I know that the automatic weapons display that you can fire, both days are all filled up because everybody wants to fire automatic weapon. I think the first box of rounds is on them or something like that. So, but that's all filled up. But it's a full day in the New Hampshire location. SIG has built a phenomenal center up there. I'm looking forward to going up there next month. It's either next month or September, going up there to do my SIG armorer certification. So guys, go do that. Hopefully I will see you there. I do plan on going up on October 15th myself. Guys, I hope to see you there. So without further ado, I would be remiss if I'm so glad I have this guy by my side because he is definitely an anchor in this. He's always been around. I've known him for a couple of years now, ever since we came from the previous forum. Everybody knows him. He's a wealth of knowledge. He knows what he's doing. He knows what he's talking about in several aspects. Last week, he led our discussion in attributes of a gray man. Without further ado, I just want to introduce you guys to the man himself, Mr. Weapon XYZ. What's going on, man?
What up, y'all?
Man, I'm loving that new background, dude.
Yeah, man, it's just little hanging plant thing I got going on back here, the bar and stuff.
Yeah, man. That's hot right there.
Just
Bring a little greenery
setup for the night, man.
Okay, all right. Well, you need to consider maybe sticking with that one. I don't know. I like all your miniatures in the background though. But
I do too, dude. I love that background.
Yeah,
I got another setup in the bedroom that's got the Oriental theme in the background, just based on my martial arts past and stuff.
Okay, all right. Well, what you been up to this week, man? How's it been going?
I've been better. I'm coming on. I'm guessing about day 5 of the good old COVID crud.
Oh man,
it's been
man.
It's been fun. The hat's holding back the fucking river of sweat right now.
Well, I'm glad to see you here, dude. Because
I wouldn't miss it, man. I told COVID to fuck off for an hour.
That's what's up. It seems like we got quite a bit of people in the chat right now, man. Who we got going on in the chat right now?
We got a bunch of peeps. Got a bunch of peoples.
He's on slow-mo today, guys.
Oh, y'all, my brain is on brain fog 9.
I got you covered, though. We got living free for now. He's all up in the house, man. He was the first one through the door, man. Thanks for joining us, living free. We got Decon 2 in the house, dude. So glad to see you. We got Darth Dav 777. Hey, man, these are the usual suspects, man. We got 2A Ray in here. Got Angry Sarge. What's going on, Sarge? Good to see you, my friend. Sail Man, what's going on, dude? Of course, the man Hawkeye. Hawkeye, you coming on with us tonight, man? We're gonna have to say. Matter of fact, you know what? Let me post the link up. I knew I forgot something, Hawkeye. I knew you wanted to join us tonight, and I forgot to send you the link. Stand by for the link, guys. Anybody that's currently in the chat that wants to join us tonight, give me 1 second. Let me pull up this document so I can get the links. I tell you, I'm on slow-mo myself. I forgot to pull the daggone document.
While you're pulling those up, I'll keep going.
I thought I had it
for the intros here.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Order.
What's going on?
Senior moment. Sail Man.
Senior moment. I know I did have it on.
Sarge is here for the mods.
Sarge. Well, you got to hang tight, man. Will's sitting in the background. He's coming up in a second, but we definitely want to talk about these mods. There it is. I knew I had it open. It was hiding behind the other screen. But here's the link. If you guys want to join us live, join us in live, and you can ask Will directly. No, you don't have to wear a mask, man. You can if you want to, but you don't have to.
You should probably get some hand sanitizer on your keyboard, bro. I'm touching mine right now.
Did we say what's up to Nick and Bob? Nico, what's going on, dude? Bob, man, always good to see you in here, man. We can always depend on you guys. The usual suspects are here. If you are in our chat right now, if you are a new person watching the show, chat us up. What's up, Caleb? Good to see you, man. I ain't seen you in a minute. Thanks for joining us tonight. The link is in the chat if you want to join us. Even if you're new, somebody new watching us and you want to join us, definitely feel free to click. Come on in. You're welcome. And that way you can ask your questions directly to Will. Before we move forward, why don't we go ahead and bring Mr. Hawkeye on? What's going on, Hawk?
Hey guys,
good to see you, man. My bad, man. I forgot to post the link for you in the forum so you could join us in. But
I like sitting back and watching anyway.
I don't even know if you need a mask, bro. Just grab that beard and do one of these.
That's why I'm never sick.
Maybe that's why I got sick. I shaved the fucking beard off.
Hell yeah.
Otherwise, I'm like a fucking cockroach.
Yeah. Oh man, tell you what, man. I was going to hang tight, and then we was going to talk to Will a little bit later. But Will said, "You know what? I want to talk about training too, because we're going to talk about training first." So, guys, if you have questions for Will in reference to mods, okay, hang tight. Put your questions up. Put 4 question marks before your question, so it's easier for us to see in the chat. That way, Weapon X, he can go ahead and star it. he can basically pull it out, put it in a folder. So that way we can get directly to the questions without going through 100 comments that we'll probably see when going over this next training. I'm glad we have the master trainer, Mr. Angry Sergeant here, as well as Caleb and some of the other guys that have a lot of rounds down range and probably have some dry fire pointers for us as well, because we have a lot of things that you could use to dry fire. I got a couple of things up in matter of fact, I had I guess I missed my cue for the slide deck, but anyway, what's going on, Sound Mathematics? Thanks for joining us.
Welcome, man.
Yeah, good on you, Will, for inviting them in. You guys need to join us. We're here every week at 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on this channel. So if you want to join us, and if you want to join us live, that's up to you too. So anyway, you got anything else before we move on, Mr. Weapon X or Hawkeye?
I do not. Currently, I have a few things starred for Will when he gets in. One from Angry Sarge. You get a laugh out of that.
Oh, I know what next week, guys. Just let me put a pin in this for next week. Next week, we'll be talking about what are the pros and cons of off-body carry. We'll also be talking about what parts, and let's talk about parts and building. Mr. Danny Zuko put that subject up, so we'll be talking about that next weekend. What we're going to talk about a lot of different parts for building, whether it's Gucci, whether it's OEM or aftermarket. We're going to talk about that next week, along with pros and cons of off-body carry. So with that being said, give me a second. So the man that we have for a guest tonight, he has studied long and hard his craft. He's very good at what he does. I mean, I'm in awe of some of the work that I've seen him do. As is,
I've taken inspiration from some of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
100%.
I mean, it sparks ideas. He's innovating his art and what he does, and not only learned it, but elevating it. And some of you know him, some of you were invited here, some of you came here just to see him, so we're glad you're here either way. So I want to introduce Mr. Will Hernandez of Shogun Customs. Man, what's going on, Will?
Wow. That was a very heartfelt welcome, man. That's very flattering. Thank you.
Real recognized real, man.
Yeah, that was very. You're gonna make me blush over here.
Hey, man, like you said, real recognized real, man, and you came and you joined us on the forum previous to the one we have now, and came in blazing, man. I mean, I think the first day he came in, I got hit with a DM, dude, how do I do this? I want to get out. I was like, dude, all right, calm down. But he's you're very not emotional, but you're enthusiastic about what you do, and sometimes so what
showing your work.
What got you started in doing what you do? In case you don't know, guys, Will owns Shogun Customs, and give me 1 second, let me pull up your link so everybody will see it. Shogun Customs, I'm going to put the link also in the 1 second. I'm gonna put it in the chat as well. That way you guys can go and just click on the button, because this guy has a lot of while he answers this question, I'm going to go ahead and pull it up and I'm going to share the screen with you. But what got you started in doing what you do?
Well, the first time I got interested in stippling was simply on YouTube. I was looking at some stuff on YouTube and I ran across something called stippling. Right? Yeah. And I was like, what's this stippling stuff? Of course now I know it's stippling, but so I clicked on it. At first it piqued my interest. I said, this is kind of cool, that's artistic, I like it, looks badass. And time went on, I got into the gun industry, and the last gun shop I worked at, we had a guy who stippled, and I used to from the retail side to the gunsmith room, there was glass. And I'd be helping customers, and every now and again when I could, I'd go up, walk to the glass, and I'd see him poking, you know, and I'd be up against the glass like this, and he'd get weirded out. He'd look up and he'd be like, dude, stop watching me, you know, but I was so like, you know, and so he ended up moving to Indiana. And, you know, I had at that time been kind of messing around with A2 grips, you know, trying to learn whatever I could. And when he left, the owner of that shop took over the stippling, but he hated doing it. And he walks up to me one day with a frame, and he says, "You ready?" And I looked at him. I said, "For what?" He goes, "You're gonna stipple this." I was like, "Dude, I haven't touched an A2 frame. You know, I haven't touched an A2 grip. I haven't touched a grip in like months, man. I don't know." He goes, "Dude, it doesn't have to be pretty. We're putting it up for, you know, we're donating it to charity. Just burn it and let's go." So it was a waffle tip pattern, you know, for those of you who know, it was a waffle tip. So I just poked the hell out of it. Tried to
Did you
line
burn
up a
through it?
border. What's that?
Did you burn through it?
I didn't.
Oh,
I didn't
wow, good.
actually, you know? And so I'm taking the square tip and I'm trying to create borders with it, you know, and I'm just like, I'm just doing it. And it came out horrible, but I was so proud. You know, I was so proud and so like I felt like I found a new love, you know, like, oh my God, my day has meaning, you know? So long story short, that's how it happened. It ended up going for the charity event. It ended up auctioning for like $1,500, and it was a Glock 34. Wow. Yeah. And from that point on, you know, my boss, he said, you know, "Hey, if you want to keep doing this, please do, because I hate doing it and I don't have the time." So, you know, we started out charging like $100, you know, $150. And as I kept getting better, the price started getting better. And yeah, long, you know, summary, but that's now I'm here talking to you guys. I'm super grateful for where I'm at now.
And you're at the top of your game, I'll say.
Thanks, Hawkeye. It's nice to meet
stuff.
you, man. It's nice to officially meet you. You know, I see you in the forums all the time.
Yeah, you're the guy I go to look at all the gallery stuff to come up with ideas.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah,
appreciate it.
Hawkeye, I know you had a couple questions that you wanted to ask Will, man. Go ahead, go for it, man. I'll give you guys the stage right now, man, and you guys can go for it.
Well, first off, you do amazing work. It is just over the top, and it's what I strive to do, you know.
Good.
And
good.
I noticed that everybody's wild over your HD borders, and I'm wanting to try some of those on one of my next builds. And I was just wondering if do you actually polish and paint those before you do any of your other stippling?
So if there's no Cerakote involved, then no, I won't do any painting. The polishing comes in at the end. So what I'll do is, you know, obviously after you draw out your outline, I'd say I use a few different bits, and to be honest, it depends how I feel that day.
Yeah, I know there's a bunch of different ways to do the same thing, and it's however you feel comfortable with when you're doing it. I've been hand working for 30 some years and getting into this part of it, and it's you have to have a feel whatever you're comfortable with, because there's a million ways to do the same thing.
And you know, I think the easiest bit for anybody is a 7103 bit, and that's made by Dremel. So 7103, get that bit. I spin it at 35,000 RPMs. Yeah. And what I do is, so you have the top end of the bit and the bottom end of the bit. The bottom end of the bit, I just call the south end of the bit. That's, you know, the part that connects into your Dremel, your rotary tool, right?
Right.
And then the left and the right we'll call west and east, right? Mm-hmm. So a lot of people, you know, the south end of the bit cuts better. And a lot of people like to drag the bottom end, you know, of the bit through. You can do that. That's fine. I tend to find this may take a little longer, but I tend to find I get more consistent depth control when I first take the bit, and I use the left side of the bit, and I pull. So if I have the frame, hold on, there we go. So if this is the frame, I'll pull it. I'll pull it down like this.
Mm-hmm.
So I got it in my right hand, and I'll pull down using the left side of the bit, and I'll just go around. Right. And I do a very, I don't do a deep cut. My first round, I do a shallow cut, just enough to get the bit in there, right?
Does your Dremel have a forward and reverse on it?
It does, and I keep it standard rotation. I don't go in reverse. So your Dremel is going to be the same rotation as my Fordham that I use. So I'll do that.
Be a problem that I've had, because I would try in certain places that would be harder for me to get to with my right hand and my left. I would go in reverse on my Dremel, and
I hear you. So I would keep it the same direction, because what happens is when you do this so much, you get muscle memory, right? Just with anything, right?
Yeah.
Martial arts, gun, muscle memory is real,
about
right?
the feel. You get a feel, and you can just, I know what you're talking about.
So if you reverse it, right? If you reverse the spin, you're going to lay that bit down on the polymer, and then it's going to pull a different way.
Exactly.
And right.
And that's where I was coming up with a line in my transition around my border.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. So run it through sideways at first, all the way around one time. Then your second pass, you can use the north end of the bit and the south end of the bit, and then follow through with the front of the bit, and that's how you'll start rounding. You'll start opening the channel, and then again you go back through with the west and the east side of the bit and get it deeper, and then again you go through with the north and south end of the bit, following or leading with the north end of the bit, the top of the bit, and then you'll get your final like depth and roundness.
Yeah.
Work on your depth control. And then you can move on to a polishing bit. Get yourself a 400, 600 grit polishing bit. Slow down on the polishing. Go to around 5 to 10K RPM and run it through there, man. You should be good.
Have you ever worked on a lone wolf trigger gun?
I haven't.
I was wanting to do some of your mods on that's my next build. I never built a lone wolf, the Freedom Wolf yet, and that's the next one. And I was planning out my work, and I wasn't sure, but I believe that trigger is all plastic. It's got an awesome size trigger. You can do all kinds of carving on this thing.
When you're ready, I'll jump on a video chat with you, and I'll help you through it.
Yeah, I might do that.
Cool, man.
Awesome.
Man, you already dropping bombs, man. It's fire up in here. We got a couple questions, man. I'm already like, okay, I'm gonna be up all night watching this replay and taking down notes.
I'll come on again.
Okay, well, you're always welcome, my man. You're always welcome.
Thank you.
Just in case y'all don't know, Will is a member of the FTQ 80% forum. He's always in there. When he comes up with something new, he blesses us with pictures. I think we're probably second. Hopefully, we're second. Hopefully, his Instagram is first to get the pictures, then we're second. Hopefully,
right. Close first. Yeah, I'm not gonna be egotistical and say, "Hey, we the first to get it." Nah, I'm sure he drops it on Instagram first.
I do. But we got a couple questions, man. We got a question here from Decon 2. He says, Will, are you ready to start Cerakoting yet?
I am not, man. Let me give you guys, I'll keep this short because I know, we got other stuff on the agenda. Shogun Customs, not many people know this, is in a tough spot right now. I moved out of Utah and I came back home to California. Don't be mad.
Bummer.
Not by choice. Not by choice. I promise it wasn't by choice. But so quick story short, long story short, my FFL is on pause right now. I was planning on setting up Cerakote here, but we just sold the house. I got about 2 weeks to move out of this house. And I don't know if I'm gonna end up in Michigan or Texas, but I'm gonna end up somewhere. Once I get a solid spot, my FFL will continue, and I'll set up Cerakote. But
end up in a free state.
Yeah, come to Tennessee.
It's funny. It's funny you mentioned Michigan. I have a comment here from a certain person for you.
Okay. I want to know if Will is going to take me on that.
Yeah, I was going. Yeah, you beat me to it.
Hey, man. You know what? I thought I was telling. Listen, you got to keep that under wraps, man. You're not supposed to tell anybody. I'm gonna take you out, baby. Don't look. We're gonna go to Ruth Chris. You order with steak and lobster. You know,
I guess that's them trying to get you to Texas.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'll take you out or whatever you want, baby.
Hey, look. Let me know when you're going to Texas. I'll meet you out there with the long guns, and we'll go do some hog hunting, man.
Hey, man. Oh, hey, look, I'll meet you out there, but I'm gonna be honest. I'm a little sissy. If I hunt and kill an animal, I'm gonna cry. I'm just letting you know now.
Hey, that's all right. That's all right. You be crying a whole lot because there's a lot out there.
I know there is, man. But you know, I was Cerakote. I do miss Cerakote, man, because I was Cerakoting over at Gled Hill. I was using his setup for Cerakote, but yeah, it is what it is.
Hey, well, things happen, and just as with all of us, as you heard, Mr. Weapon dealing with the vid, and whole lot of stuff going on for everybody. So whatever is going on, and you just got to make the right decisions for you, and
Absolutely.
the chips will fall, and you keep moving forward. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Don't let that move to CA bother you. It's only temporary. So
yeah.
It is.
Yep.
Before we give the reins back to Mr. Hawkeye, I know Hawkeye, he's got like 100 questions for you. You sure did. Make sure you're classy, bitch. Yeah. So, we got another question from Mr. Ancient Order. Can you show more frame mods for P80s on your website?
I have all the mods on there actually. With the P80, there's only so much you can do. They are not like Glocks. There isn't as much material there as there is on a Glock. So like with your gas pedal, all I can do is reshape the index point. I go from a diagonal and I kind of curve it. So you can see like the Glocks, you can do so much more to them. So I have all the mods on there, Ancient. Yeah, sorry, man.
Have you ever took the barrel in where the step is and sand that all the way down to make it look more like that Glock Gen 2 or Gen 1?
Say that one more time. I'm sorry, because I was thinking about his question again. I think I didn't know what he means, but go ahead.
On what I've been doing on the P80s is I've been taking the barrel in, and they got that stupid little step up there. And I've been taking that step, and although I'm keeping the top at the same size, I'm radiusing it back down and make it round back under, and it looks more like a Glock Gen 1, Gen 2, where it has that in there, but it has a rail. And some of them I take the rail off. It's just depends if you want a range gun or.
Yeah, no, I haven't. Show me what you're talking about. Send me a photo.
You ought to look in the gallery at some of my builds in there. The frames I have on P80s, you can't hardly tell they're P80s. They look like Glock Gen 1s.
Oh, well, that's good, man. If you can hide what the frame is because of your mods, that's good.
And some of them I've actually taken and put in a Gen 5 mag release instead of that little bitty dimple thing. That way, what I like to do is not only have a range gun that shoots well, I want to have one that everyone just turns and looks at and go, wow, look at that. So I do all kinds of mods on these frames and change stuff. I noticed one of yours down at the bottom of your gallery, you have a magwell, and that magwell it looks like it's mounted with a set screw in the back. What I've been doing is taking those magwells, putting the set screw in there. I'll take JB Weld before I do any of the stippling and actually mold it into the frame and then clean all that up. And so I can stipple right down to it. And where that screw is reset, I'll save my plastic from cutting tabs and that, and I'll actually melt it over the top of that screw, and that way I can stipple it. And it looks like an all one molded frame.
Yeah, I've seen your work. You do. You're you're a polymer surgeon. Like seriously.
Well, it's plastic. I figure I can always fix it. Yeah.
But to get back to Agent's question, if you're saying like I don't have enough close up of the mods, yeah, I'll look into that. Yeah, I don't think I have that many photos of up close on a P80, so I'll look into that, man, for sure.
I just blow them up on my screen and look at them.
Yeah, it's humid out here right now. Thank you.
Well, I see that Hawkeye had. I think we got time. We got time for one more question, Will.
Yeah, man, sure, of course.
All right. I see Mr. Hawkeye. I don't know if you asked a question yet about the embedding anything into the grip or not.
Oh yeah, have you ever done that?
You know, I see some guys do that, and I haven't had any requests. And to be honest, I haven't really had a desire to try that yet. I do think the people who do it, it's pretty neat. It's pretty cool, but it hasn't resonated with me yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well,
yeah, we got a couple of guys in the forum that's actually working on a couple of projects like that right now.
They would be teaching me. I'd be like, hey, how you doing that?
Yeah. I got a build coming up in probably this winter, and I'm wanting it to be like a Native American, and I was wanting to take some turquoise and put in the grip. Yeah. And I was just wondering if you've ever mounted anything like that.
Yeah, no, I wish I had something for you, Hawk.
Well, here's what I think. I think I can take the stone and I can actually JB weld it to a smooth frame that's got some ribbles in it to make it stick. And I'm hoping I can do it thin enough and clean it all up so I can bring my stippling right up to the edge of that stone. Is what I'm visioning I'm wanting to do.
You should be able to. Have you tried just using tabs from cut P80s instead of JB weld to mold?
No, I haven't. I've been saving all that too. I was wondering, I got so much of it now. I was wondering, well, someday I'm going to figure out what to do with this stuff.
Yeah, because a lot. Yeah, because you know, with Glocks, being that the polymer is so different, you know, when you're sanding Glocks, you get nice chunks, but with the P80 that disintegrates on you, right?
Yeah.
But you can take those tabs and you can melt, you know, cut off little pieces and melt the tabs into place too. You know, I know some guys do that whenever they screw up a P80. You know, like you never know.
Yeah, I've done that fix myself on. I had some SS80s that I first started out with, and there's one spot up in the corner of that if you hit it with an iron, you're going through. It's that thin once you get the texture off.
Yeah.
Where the bump out is.
Yeah, up at the top with
Yeah,
it's real thin right in there.
Or should I say the recess? It's like the little recessed.
Yeah.
Yep.
We got an update from Ancient Order. He's talking about he was looking for a glove relief, finger grooves, trigger frame scallops. He says he might have missed it. So I think that's what he's referring to in his question about the P80s.
Okay, gotcha. So trigger frame scallop. Oh, trigger frame scallop. So everything I have listed on the checklist where you go pick all your mods, everything I have listed is all I do, right? So scallop cuts, I don't do anything to the P80 scallop mag release scallop because they're already scalloped, right? And
is that what he's talking about right there?
No, if he says finger groove, yeah, he's referring to that enhanced finger groove. Can you go to the P80 section? So if you go to services, stippling, and then P80. I'm going to, no, that's strike. I think that's strike.
Stippling, P80, there we go.
There we go. Yeah, go ahead and click on that. Yeah, so if you enlarge that photo right there, I believe there's an enhanced finger groove on that one, that main photo. Yeah, so that has an enhanced finger groove. The reason it doesn't look as pronounced as a Glock, there's not enough material there. If I go any further, I'm going through the frame, right?
Yeah, and that was my question about that as well.
Yeah.
The Glock's a lot thicker in that area.
Yep, exactly. And for the glove bevel, if you look closely, there actually is a glove bevel. And I do them a couple of different ways. The glove bevel there is rounded. So you'll see there's no sharp line for the glove bevels, right? It's rounded and contoured into the grip. And for the scallop cut, yeah, I can't go. I mean, I see some people open it But me personally, I don't think it's worth it because I tried opening one of those one day and the material got really thin, and I just don't want to mess with that. It's really unnecessary.
Oh, the scallop, the near the mag release.
Yes,
oh
sir.
yeah, man. I
Yeah.
Weapon can attest to it. I did a frame and it's real thin right there. I'm like, okay, I'm not doing that again.
It's not worth the risk, man. And
Yeah,
and to
it's
touch back on the glove release again, there's another P80 should be on that tab if I haven't updated yet. If not, it might be in the gallery. If not, it's definitely on my Instagram. There is another way I did glove bevels where you can see nice defined lines and you can tell that I contoured it a little bit, you know. But yeah, I do the glove bevels. Undercut, you'll see the undercuts on the trigger guard. You know, I reshaped those too. There's not a whole lot you can do to the single part, but you can see on the double undercut portion, I reshape them a little bit.
Yeah.
I hope that helps you, Ancient. If not, reach out to me on Instagram, man. I'll be happy to. You know, I'm retarded sometimes, so.
All right, guys. If you don't know, his website is shoguncustoms.com, and are you gonna hang out with us for a little while? I mean, we only got a few minutes more. We might have to actually move our second segment on to next week because
I took up all the time. I'm sorry.
That's all right. I mean, I'm sure these guys got a hell of a lot more questions for you. Guys, if you have more questions for Will, go to the comments, drop us a comment, and just drop your questions into the comment section, and I'll make sure Will gets the questions and be able to answer you. Also, if you go on to FTQ80 80.info, if you go to FTQ80.info and you can see across the bottom of the screen, he is in there. You can drop him a DM in there, or you can check him out on his Instagram, which is Shogun_customs. So you can reach him at Shogun_customs. All of that is in the description already. So if you go to the description, you can click right on it, get over to him, go to his website. Show the man some love, show him some business. If you don't do stippling yourself, you know, go to the man and let him do some stippling for you. If you do stipple yourself, hit him up on IG. He's, as you see, he's a wealth of knowledge. He's willing to help you out best way he can. You know, in this business, we can all eat, man. There's over 1 million plus pistols in this. You know, if you want to do stippling, man, we can all eat on that one. So,
absolutely, man.
But we're gonna go ahead and move on to the next segment, even for
thank you guys.
Sorry, man, thank you for joining us, man.
Thank you, man. I want to thank, you know, you said people requested me, man. That was just like very humbling. I appreciate everybody who, you know, requested me to come on here with the JettaMan and the weapon.
Look, I'm just a vessel, man. I just bring the people what they want best I can. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, I'm just a cog in the whole big machine. So I'm just humbled and glad to be able to facilitate this meeting of the minds of sorts. And you know, that way we can all share. And it's definitely great meeting you because we had never met. You know, we talked on DMs a lot, but that was about it. So
the last DM you sent me a picture of your like pinky toe or something. It was weird.
My bad. That was meant for my wife, man.
I get those pictures all the time. What is up with that? No,
it's weird, right?
Oh my goodness!
I'm like, bro, show me another toe or something.
I only have one.
That's all I
only got one, dude.
we gonna move on, man. Guys, we're gonna talk a little bit about what we got, key training for fast acquisition. You know, all of us. We love this. It's a hobby for some of us. It's a business for others. But one thing we have in common is the need to train. We always need to train because if we're in a situation where we have to use our firearm, not everybody, like Mr. Angry Sarge, is a trained soldier, and you know it comes second nature to him. And I'm sure even though he's been in the armed services and you know everything everything else that he has going on for quite a while, I'm sure he still trains. Everybody should train. There should always be some type of learning involved, because there's always something we can learn. So what we want to talk about now is what do you do to train? And with everything nowadays being so expensive, we got we have our ammunition that's off the charts as far as how expensive it is. We have range fees going up. I mean, we have one range here to $72 an hour. I'm like, are you freaking serious? I can't even go to the range and shoot long range out to 300 yards because I got to pay $72 an hour plus whatever ammunition I'm using. It's
$25 all day.
My range is $30 all day, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I got my pistol range. I have membership at, and even if I didn't have membership at the pistol range, it's $25. An hour, $25 a day. Hawkeye, I'll take that all day long.
Yeah, mine's $30 for a day.
Oh gosh,
rent that lane all I want.
That's why I pay $200 for the year for my membership, and I go as many times I can go every day as long as I have the ammunition. Is pretty much as long as I want, except for on Saturday and Sunday, which is their busiest day. I might get an hour in, but during the week I could stay there all day if I want. But $72 an hour.
That's who the hell do they think they are? Where is it? Beverly Hills?
I think they only want Leos to come out there, because law enforcement to come out there, or military, because they do have a section of their range that's only for them. We can't even look at the range there for the Leos. But on the pistol and here's another thing. Hold on. Here's what's the crazy. I looked at the guy like he was nuts. I said, I have a 10.5 inch. Hey, I have a 10.5 inch 300 blackout.
Somebody got another toe picture.
Yeah.
I showed a little leg this time.
300 blackout, 10.5 inch pistol. He told me I couldn't shoot that because it's set up as a pistol.
Oh,
now,
man.
But I could take my 16-inch rifle and shoot the 100-yard and 300-yard, but I can't shoot my 10.5 inch pistol, same caliber.
Wow. Yeah, it all makes so much sense, doesn't it?
No.
Did he work for the ATF?
Right.
I stopped, and it's an hour drive, and
he's just confused.
Chesapeake is so big, I can drive out there. It's an hour drive to Virginia Beach. I'm like, y'all are nuts. But anyway, guys, training. What kind of training do you guys do? Do you guys do any dry fire training at all? Will, go ahead, since you're the guest. Let's give you the opportunity to answer first.
Yeah, I do, man. I got a little stack of snap caps, and put on my belt, and I practice stoppages and reloads and moving while reloading. All when I'm not stippling, right? And I train a little bit, not a whole lot lately, but before I actually moved to Utah, I was doing a lot of training. There was times I was taking 2 CQB classes a month. And, I remember the last one was a lot of fun, man. We rented out this chiropractor office, and it was huge. It was like 5 rooms, kitchen and waiting room, 1-man team, 2, 6-man in and out. It was cool. But to answer your question, a little bit.
What about you, Weapon? What you got going on as far as training?
A lot of dry fire training, man, whenever I get a chance to. I do a lot of present training. Making sure that your firearm is on target with your eyes closed, or at least center mass of a target with your eyes closed. Pretty easy training for that one. Just set up a random target or even an object if you don't have a target available, or grab a piece of paper and just draw a fucking circle on it. Toss it on a wall, approximately 3 to 10 meters away from you. Close your eyes. Draw, present, open your eyes, see how close you got, close them, give the gun a little swirl, present again, see if you got on target. It's a really good one for training presenting. Getting on that center mass of target right away without having to rely on your eyesight to do it for you.
Nice. So what about you, Hawkeye? What you got going on as far as training?
Well, my training's been long gone, but I shoot a lot around the house here. I carry a 22 and I just blow it up, man.
Nice.
But back in the day when I was training and shooting, I got some really good tips for people that's got no money. Because back then I'd shoot and I'd barely have money to get in matches to shoot. Well, one of the matches we always shot was target pistol, and they had them broke down into automatics and revolvers. And you would have a stance. You'd put your arm straight out in front of you, and your best 5 shots wins the pot. Well, to be able to shoot steady like that, you need to build up muscles in your forearms and your arms and be able to hold something steady for enough for 5 rounds. So what I would do, I'd come home and I'd take a milk jug, an empty milk jug, and I'd fill it up with water, about a little bit in the bottom, and I'd start holding it out, just holding it out, and as long as I could. And every day I'd start increasing that amount of water in there. And every day I could hold it more and more and more till you finally got a good steady grip and you can hold however weight pistol, revolver you ever shoot. And that's the one way I improve my accuracy on shooting. Because really, there's just 3 things that's going to determine how you shoot. The biggest variable is the shooter. The second is your ammo. And the third is your pistol, your gun, whatever you're shooting, because it's going to shoot pretty straight unless it's wore out. So once you can determine where it shoots, next thing you need to do is determine your ammo. I used to take my ammo and I would weigh it out. Of course, I used to reload, so I would weigh cases, I would weigh powder, and I would weigh bullets. And I would set aside so they would all be the same size when I reloaded, and then I'd weigh them again. So that took care of my ammo. My ammo is all going to hit pretty accurate. So the next one is you. So you need to do all the training on you because you're the big variable in your shooting. So whether you're shooting a rifle, you're shooting pistols, bench rest shooting, whatever, there's everything you need to know is how to breathe, how to hold your gun, how to relax, and you can shoot. Now, you were talking about shooting stuff on a move. I think the best thing that taught me how to shoot things on the run was rabbit hunting. You got a shotgun and you're shooting rabbits. And if anyone ever shoots rabbits with a shotgun, they're not looking at that little bead on the shotgun rifle. They're looking at the rabbit. You have to learn to be able to coordinate your hand, eye to what you're shooting. One way to do that is to walk around and just take your finger and just point and point and point. And then take your pistol, of course, not loaded because you're just practicing here, and you just start pointing. And you're not sighting, you're using it like it was your finger. And when you get that feel to where you're pointing with your pistol, you don't have to use those sights. You can just point, you can just move it along, however you want to do it. But that's what I always did. And I had a 22 automatic. I used to take out to the barn and practice shooting rats on the run. Now, that's pretty good practice when you can do that.
Nice, man. Damn. If you guys have not figured out yet, Hawkeye has a lot of experience in a lot of things, and man, that's just gold right there, man. I'm definitely gonna implement some of those.
It's just common sense, man. You got to do what you got to do when you got no money.
Yeah, true indeed. As Will shows us his junk real quick. he forgot I put him back on the screen.
Yeah, that's I'm a whore.
Well, me myself, I I go to the range as much as possible, but I'm usually sitting, if I'm sitting down watching TV or something, I'll go, I finally got my wife to relax because, I'll just sit there with my sidearm, my pistol, and I'll just, I'll sit it down next to me, and all of a sudden I'm picking up and drawing, because, the surprise can come from any time, whether it's at night, whether it's during the day, sometimes I'll go in my room at night and turn the light out and just, pick up my sidearm and like Weapon said, just draw down and see if you can get on target, And guys, if you don't have a flashlight of some kind close to or on your weapon, guys, you are missing out, because like MGP said, we live half our lives in the dark. So you definitely need a light. So train with a light as well. I train with a light with my 300 blackout, my 10.5. That's my home defense weapon.
Blackout.
I
love the blackout, man. Love that round.
Yeah. I'm hoping to get a suppressor for it here real soon, but it's definitely on the shopping list. Between that, my Canic, and my Glock build, those are my 3 go-tos, and I got them at different parts of the house. Guys, if you only have a gun at one part of your house, you are get one somewhere else other than one spot in the house, because there was a story a couple months ago about a guy who was in the shower when someone broke in his house, and luckily he had a gun in the bathroom with him. It was actually in the shower.
Yeah. Good man.
So he came out ready.
Stainless.
Right. I don't know. But,
slipping on soapy feet.
You always see these things on TikTok. What would you do if? Okay, what would you do if you breaking somebody's home and they come out and they're butt naked with a gun aimed at you?
Right. You'd be like, what the hell? I just walked
into? What weapon do you look at?
Which weapon do you look at?
Hey, you know what?
Man.
Quick little story. I don't know how much time we have. Cut me off if need
go
be.
Ahead. Go for it, man. Go for it.
So I don't know for anybody out there who read into my website, but I spent the last up until a year ago or two, the last 12 years teaching martial arts, and I was in my garage and I had a class going on, and that's at this house right here. And I usually carry a gun on me at home, to be honest. Like I just have a gun on me, right? But this day, I didn't have a gun on me. We were in the garage doors open. And I'm teaching, and all of a sudden, this guy starts walking up my driveway all like, and he's doing this, and he's carrying a duffel bag, and he's like, hey man, he like walks up my driveway, and he's like kind of like doing this kind of motion, and I'm like looking around, I'm like, all right, I got sticks there, I got a blade there, I'm like, fuck, and he's like, hey, can I get a ride? And long story short, I was like, no, get the hell out of here. And another time, a guy jumped in my backyard, and I had to go get my gun and approach him. Actually, not many people know this, but I had to approach him. I had him turn around, lift up his shirt, and all that kind of stuff. It was just a dumb young kid. But the point is, because I don't want to get long-winded, the point is, have a gun in every room or have a gun on you, because you never know, man. Like that one day, it's crazy. You wear a gun on you 354 days of the year, and then that last day you don't wear it, that's when someone walks up your driveway with a duffel bag acting all shady.
Yep.
And yep.
Yeah, I even trained my wife. I said to her, one day I was we went on vacation and I locked her gun up. I locked all the guns up that were staying behind, but I forgot to take her gun out from being locked. So one day I'm in there and I'm like, why is your gun still in here? And she goes, I don't know. I didn't know it was in there. And I'm like, and she says to me, she's like, realistically speaking, I'm not going for my gun before I go from one of yours that are, so I'm likely to be closer to your gun than my gun where it's normally stored. She's like, I'm not even thinking about my gun. I'm like, okay,
right.
She can shoot them all, So
right. But that's what you're thinking.
Yeah, I'm like, why is your gun? I'm like, okay, well, that might end up being my daughter soon. So she just moved to North Carolina, so she she needs a little bit of protection in her building. Now she's in a bad building. She's in a great brand new building, but she's there by herself. So I want to make sure she's ready, and she shoots also. I've taken her range. She's down in Rocky Mount. So don't be surprised if you see us in Rocky Mount at the range on Thursday nights with her in tow. So
that's good. That's good. Make sure she trains, man.
Absolutely.
You know, I know you'll get on her. I know you'll get on her about it.
She'll, it's the one I want to give her is the Smith & Wesson M&P Shield EZ380. Because it's a little easier for the trigger pull and slide pull and everything. Probably
I got the 9mm from my wife, and I'm amazed. That thing is awesome.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna replace the 380 with. I'm gonna get my wife the 9 because she's gonna shoot more than my daughter, and this 380s are expensive round. They are not a cheap round. 9mm is definitely less expensive to shoot at the range. So thinking about getting that one for my wife and giving my daughter the 380.
See, my wife, she couldn't pull back any of the P80s I made for her. Couldn't rack them. But she has no problem at all with that Smith & Wesson.
I don't know, something about that Glock pattern, man. It's got a heavy pull, the rack, man. It's just that recoil spring. But that Smith & Wesson, man, they did absolutely outstanding on those easy builds, man. But in the time we got left, I just wanted to talk a little bit about what we got going as far as some of the options for dry fire. You got the Cool Fire Trainer. We talked about that a little bit last week? We talked about it.
It was the
and
week before
last. Yeah, it was the week before last. And it's the one where it's well, you talk about a weapon. You know more about it than I do, man.
So I've done a bunch more research past what we talked about a few weeks ago. Mm-hmm. All of the reviews, unpaid reviews, were all also very positive, except for one small part, and that small part is that the barrel only holds enough charge for about one standard Glock magazine. So about 15 rounds. So that means after every mag, after essentially what would be every mag, you would have to then reload your gas into your barrel.
It only takes a few seconds to load, isn't it?
Yeah, it only takes. It's a little done. Some of the guys have also said that superheating your tank will actually give you several more rounds. And even then, once it's lose some of its gas, you'll still get some reciprocation. So you could essentially load another mag, squeeze off another 2 rounds of almost a relaxed slide reciprocation. And then you would then recharge and finish off your mag, load the next one. Simulated mag, of course.
Okay.
And the magazines do come with almost like a cut in half polymer bullet casing that goes over the top of your follower that keeps the slide from locking back.
Okay. Now give me 1 second. I'm pulling up you had told me about a video. This gentleman here, and this is better than dry fires. The gentleman is hard to hurt, and he goes into this video is 12 minutes, 13 minutes long, and he goes into how it works with the different targets. He talks about how it's easier to set up the targets around the house. Let me see if I can find where he's going through the house with the different targets. Yeah, he's got the targets set up down the hall. What's Sarge talking about?
Oh, he said he uses a Cert pistol and Mantis Blackbeard for his rifle. What's nice about this Surefire is you can actually put it into your normal everyday carry firearm.
Yeah.
With your mount, with your optics, with your laser, with your mag extensions, with your holster, all of the above.
Yeah, it seemed like a pretty decent thing. I mean, it's an
investment.
$365 for a Glock or Canic or a 1911, but how fast can you go through $365 worth of rounds?
Right.
You know what I mean? That's about what, 1 or 2 months worth of going to the range, you know, and you can do it at any time of the night, any time of the day. You can practice at night, practice during the day.
I think that's very necessary.
Can you pull back up that or add that video back, Ram? Like right where he's at right now in the video? Because this is what has me intrigued by it, is the ability to just be a big fucking kid, dude, and have fun. Do training in your own home with your own gun, run around. Looks like a blast.
It does. I agree.
Mom, Dad's running around karate kicking shit and shooting his gun in the house again.
and yeah, it doesn't cycle like a real round, but it still gives you the, you know, the ability to reset and keep going. You know what I mean?
It's better than rack, squeeze, rack.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah. And plus mentally, it's training you mentally, right? You know, it's still training your mind, going through the motions, you know, that repetition, muscle memory. Now you get to your real gun and you just got to, you know, mitigate your recoil, right? I think that's great, man.
Yeah, it's a dope thing, man.
Yeah. Yeah. And then lastly, the other ooh,
a little feedback there.
Little feedback. The other one, the I guess more affordable one is the Strikeman. Now, the one thing that I didn't like in doing my research, I didn't find a whole lot from the Strikeman. My first thing was the website was kind of iffy because it's a .io website, and then there wasn't a whole lot of there was some. I don't know, how do I say this? There was some coverage of it on YouTube, not a whole lot, but you know, it is what it is. I think it's probably a good system. I've seen them at SHOT Show. I've seen a couple of YouTubers that test it out. It's a more affordable. It uses your phone, smartphone. I'm not sure if anyone has used them or not, but you know, it tracks your shot, where you hit on the target and everything else. So it's just another option. If, you know, anybody is interested in it, you can check it out. I'm going to go ahead and post all of the links for, ooh, what the hell just happened? Working with a new computer here. I just lost the screen I wanted. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and post both of the links to all of these, the videos and everything in the chat. So if anybody wants to go, feel free, check them out. If you do get anything, let us know, you know, what happens, what you come up with, and you know, how it's working out for you. So, you guys got anything else, man? You guys have absolutely crushed this fireside chat tonight, man. I just want to give it up to all three of you, man. Y'all, you've brought us a lot of information. I want to give a shout out to everyone in the chat that has that has joined us and offered your information. I hope we got everyone's questions. Did we get everyone's questions? I know Sound Mathematics, he joined us for the first time tonight. He said awesome discussion. It's all
that's
new to
awesome.
him.
I'm glad to see he showed up. Hey, I don't know if I could do this. Hey, if for people who like music, if you're a music lover, please go to this man's Instagram. This is a very dear friend of mine.
What's this Instagram, dude? What's his Instagram?
It's I believe it's just Sound Mathematics. Drake,
right, look up Sound Mathematics on Instagram, guys. Go check him out. I'll definitely be checking him out, man. If he's got good music, I'm ready to hear it, man.
He does, man. It's a
Sound
big ball of love too. Big ball love.
Sound Mathematics. If you're still here, man, go ahead and post up your IG in the comments if you're still here. I'll put it up on the screen also if I see it pop up.
Appreciate that, man. Thank you.
No problem, man. We want to show everybody love, and I appreciate you coming and joining and hanging with us for the whole hour, man.
It's my pleasure.
I knew Mr. Hawkeye has a whole lot more questions, so definitely come back, see us again.
I will.
We'd love to ask you some more questions, man, and share with the family. I'm sure that everybody has been blessed.
Take a look at my frames in the gallery and at some of the mods I did, and I'll be glad to talk to you about how I can improve on some of that stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't hold back, man. I know in this game a lot of people, they hold back their stuff. Like it's like I don't hold back. I'll tell you everything I know.
Yeah, look at the Black Widow one I just did.
Okay.
Oh, man. I got a lot of questions about the stippling on that job. Of course, I think I really screwed it up. But
oh, really? Okay.
People seem to like it, but I like your input on it.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Honestly, I can't see the stipple, man. All the rest of it is so freaking awesome, man. Dude, Will, you've got to see this build he did, man. I'm still trying to figure out how you come up with the ideas you come up with, because now I'm looking at all my stuff going, shit.
A lot of brandy sitting on the porch.
Hey, I'm telling you, Hawk, man, like I know I'm preaching to the choir because obviously you got it. But it's the creativity starts here. Yeah. You're already so far above everybody else. As soon as you get it in your hands and you get the technique and the know-how down, the whiskey, it's gonna all come together, and you'll be a force too.
Well, I'm really enjoying the hell out of it.
That was my whiskey barrel ram.
Yeah. I need some more whiskey, man. I'm a little light.
I need some more Jamaica, man. I'm out of Jamaica. Damn.
All right, guys. Well, I love what we do here. We're going to sign off here in a minute. Let's see if I can get this planned. So I thank you all for being here with me. And if you are joining us for the first time, join us next week, because we have a lot going on. We always have guests if we can, and we have a lot of chats and a lot of people going on. So if you join us next week, we'll have more. Until then, guys, we'll see you guys later. Thanks for joining us.